Alright, returning for the end of worlds, huh? It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. Alright, let's see what dumb stuff happens within this. Yeah, I mean, more emphasis on the worst, that's true. But, oh dear. I mean, we gotta get through it, obviously, but more than just that, it's... Yeah, I guess we gotta see what we can come up with within this, this era, don't we, considering...
From what I've looked ahead, it's not too bad for now, but it gets worse. It's just this set in particular is a problem.
Yeah, you could say that. Alrighty then, are we ready, gentlemen?
Yep.
Heads or tails?
Heads. I will go first.
The Guzz! Well, thinking that it's not even the Guzz, it's a Hooper. Can't freaking see because I've not got the thing highlighted. There we go.
If Guzma was in the fact was an active Pokemon, that would be rather weird.
Hey, it could be. You never know.
Quick ball, discarding fire energy.
So this is one of the cool bits that we do actually have access to now. For all the problems this set causes with a couple of the cards that are in a couple of the Pokemon, this thing is not one of them. My god, it's nice having something that we can actually use as a search tool here.
You will get a Slugma, attached fire energy, Pokemon communication, Magcargo.
Do remind as a general reminder for stuff, because this is the first time for YouTube that we are playing in Generation 8 rules, we are not allowed to use supporter cards going first, so it's one of the main changes which happens going into Generation 8.
You'll get another Slugma and go ahead.
I mean, we can still use this guy though.
Yeah, I should probably use that.
Considering a certain other card which is in this set.
Yeah, Primate Wisdom.
So shift one of your swap one of your cards out with the one that's on top of the deck. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Pokemon communication. Weavile GX.
So at least now with the potential access of like 4 PCOM and 4 Quick Ball, it's like, well, we can mostly get to the basics. Most decks don't play quite that many of all of them. It's like 4 Quick Ball and then a variable number of PCOMs, but it's like we can get to our basics a fair bit easier now, which is very helpful. But the lack of that turn 1 supporter going first is pretty brutal for a lot of setups as well, though. Now it just feels like if you don't open multiple Quick Ball / basic gathering stuff, then you're gonna fall too far behind.
Cynthia.
Also, rip Lily. She's like useless now. I guess that's not entirely true because like Corona's Focus does see play later, but I think it sees play solely because it's a tag that's on it, right? It's a Rapid Strike card, so it actually sees play solely in Rapid Strike decks as like a searchable draw card. So I don't even know if that counts in the same way.
Which is nice when you have the Octillery.
Yes, yes.
Figuring how deep I want to go in this turn.
Yeah, this is a weird one looking at the setup.
Let's get the obvious out of the way. Energy always goes. Ditto Prism always goes down. Those two always happen. think I have to go in actually. Quick ball, discard Naganadel. So we get a Poipole. Ordinary Rod, the Hooper back in.
It's one of the other very cool tools that we get from this set. Like I said, this set did a lot of good stuff. It just unfortunately had a couple of really, really badly positioned things too, but you know.
Last card deaders. Rogue Ring.
Yep.
There's my next one. 2 cards, put them into my hand.
I always did like this card.
Not a word, I'm gonna summon Marnie.
I could have started with that song actually.
This.
I could have started with that song actually. It would have been pretty good too, but.
Yeah, so Marnie does make this pick actually more complicated than you would think.
It's an interesting dilemma because like if you think it's gonna happen, it's like well, Marnie puts stuff on the bottom of the deck, so it doesn't even shuffle it in, so there's like no chance of getting it back. So it's a curious like fixture sort of thing here.
Professor's research discarding fiery flint and fire energy. I am just going to get a separate pile for my fire energy.
There it is. Yep, it's another one of the big hits that we have from this set. Research is now in the format until ad infinitum at the moment, you know. The time of recording, it's still well in, because Professor Turo and Sada do have their own research version, so it's in a very deep block compared to where we are. Oh boy, here he is to save the day.
Smooth over.
It's definitely interesting seeing this guy actually having to combat during this point as well, you know.
Primate Wisdom. But I'm gonna be crushing charging this.
Yep. Oh man, who could have seen that coming? It's a miracle.
Great ball.
So far we have done all of them this turn, I think. Because we did the smooth over, then you did the primate wisdom, then you did the crushing chance. So seems pretty good.
Do I want to put up my hand? Yeah, actually I will, because I can use one. Fire Crystal. Primate Wisdom.
A 2.
Catch fire energy. Quick ball discarding fire energy. Actually, do I want a quick ball? No, I don't. No, I can wait on that. Pass.
Yeah, I was thinking with stacking the top of the deck, it's like, do you need that card on top or not? That's always the fun bit about stuff like this, isn't it? There are situations where it's like, well, I don't need this card at all here, but I have a shuffle thing that I could do later, so it can Primate Wisdom 1 on top of the deck in order to, like, shuffle it away. It's kind of neat, but then other times it's like, well, now I could defend against Marty better if I don't,
With a card, shuffle in Umbreon Darkrai. Yeah, a Naganadel. Pokémon again. Shuffle in a Sneasel. Get out. Another Naganadel.
Makes sense.
Tag call. Getting red and blue. And Finland.
I do love how stuff like Cynthia Caitlyn still has good
Red and
utility.
Blue. Discard 2 basic darkness.
It's like, we just got Marnie in research and we've still got Cynthia, so you'd think that someone like Cynthia Caitlyn wouldn't do very much, but it's still amazing. Yeah, red and blue is kind of cracked for stuff here.
Which? Use my charging ups. Crazy party like. And I'll move one of these onto the Chupa Jet. Yeah, it's probably safe there. And do the Black Lance, put the 60 on.
Yeah, it's your only valid target.
It's a pretty good attack.
Ari Flint discarding Quick Ball and Fire Crystal. Actually, no, not Fire Crystal. Discard Fire Energy.
Yeah, I imagine you'll probably want that crystal back later on, eh? So. Oh.
Didn't go into my hand.
Yeah, I guess it's because it was a grouped up or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are now 4 fire energy in that hand. Can confirm.
Smooth over. Primate Wisdom.
Yep.
Crushing Charge.
Probably wouldn't put it on him. It's not necessary. It's a 50 plus, not a 50 times, so it actually has a base of 50 already.
Yeah, but I need to do.
Yeah. I see what else you've got, you can't fool me.
I sense a welder in that
Exactly, there you go, see? Because we only need the 5, it's just like, You've got Welder for 2 energy in there. You might as well prep the next guy so that you've got backup for when this goes down next
I still have my regular attach as well, right?
Yeah. But you also searched 4 fire energy out your deck, so I know you've got enough. Even if I didn't know what you were, even if I couldn't see your hand, I know you've got enough.
And yeah, we're going to Lava Flow, discarding 4 energy.
5 energy.
Well, 5.
Yeah, you want to start 5, or else I live on 20.
Yeah, you discard them all. It does 300, and then yeah, if you're gonna keep them separate in the discard, do that, and then your multiple prize cards. There is one more I'm grabbing out for you there.
Thank you.
Sorry if that was a bit too overt, Pepper, but I was like, no, you gotta do this properly.
It's actually quite a funny hand.
I figured I could have got the same result regardless of how I done that.
I guess so, because if you did the charge there and manually attached then welded to the Slugma on the bench, it would have done the same thing, but it would have just looked a lot weirder.
I've done both of these. Ultra Space and use it. It's really funny because you're on 150 HP.
Mm-hmm.
But Guzzlord.
Rude.
Speed. hard
Rude.
I mean, sure. All this is saying is I'm eating all your energy right now, and
I'm saying I don't really care. And I'm
I think you will care, but that's... we'll get there.
I mean, I could have just attacked with the Hooper, I'm not gonna lie, but when I see an opportunity like this...
No, I get it. I get it. You've got the hit, it gives you 2 prizes up. You probably need that to catch back up in the race, but
yeah. Red Bang, Quickfoot, take 3 prizes.
Yep. It's 150 because of the beast energy, and then takes it out. Yep.
Great Ball.
The funny thing is, that was in hand. I was actually thinking about Dark Moon GX for knockout on that Oranguru, but I didn't think it was worth the squeeze. Realizing in hindsight, maybe I should have.
Quick Ball, discarding Oranguru.
You need 6 energy for that though, right? I thought there was only 5 in play.
Oh yeah, it's 5 extra, isn't it? Right.
Yeah, 5 extra.
Yeah. Wait, no, I had 5 on board. 3 on active, 2 on fit.
Yeah, but you'd used your turn attached though, right?
Not that turn. No, so I had 1 from previous turn, 2 charging ups, and the red and blue.
How do you get the beast energy? How do you count the beast energy?
It was in hand.
5 extra dark energy attached, right?
The
I
base
guess
cost
it's
is
the
6.
colas, yeah. Yeah, fair enough.
It's something I've noticed that you can do a beast energy on because you can pay the seat with it.
Pretty sure that would have been a garbage play
Fire
anyway,
crystal?
though, really.
Yeah, that's what I thought. It did not high enough impact. Left a big guy on board. I had a backup plan if he did have the reach. Wasn't
Smooth
this,
over?
but, you know, sometimes you just top.
Primate Wisdom. Crushing Charge.
The combination stuff here is just so good.
Yeah. Welder.
And then draw 3 before you do the half.
Giant Hearth. And Lava Flow, discarding 3.
Discarding
Or
2.
2.
Yep.
Yeah.
2 will do. Yeah, that one's a lost zone.
I think on the switching it's not trivial.
It's not at this point because, yeah, you put a multi-prizer up and you lose the game instantly. So
this guy. I'm using my charging moves first, that's obvious.
Yeah, I don't think there's any real reason not
Reason
to.
not to.
Yeah. Often comes down to stuff like this of like waiting until the last possible moment to make sure, but I really don't think there's a gameplay reason this time not to do that.
Yeah, it's probably just to avoid slow play, quote unquote.
I mean, yeah, I get that as well, but no, I've had situations where using that kind of ability too early has messed things up, but in this sort of one, I don't think it matters. It's more like if it's
unless I get something really crazy off this. Yeah, okay, let's do this.
yeah, it's like if it's a Malamar or something and you use it too early, that can mess things up, but when it's attaching just to itself and it's like that's going to be one of the core parts, it's like that really doesn't matter, does it?
Yeah, Stinlin. This card. Yeah, it's got to be quick for myself wanting the. I want to do that. Cover the Cynthia before we draw. Don't be idiots. Choice here and draw 3. Look for Ultra Space. Search for Ultra Space. Pull out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's whether or not you want to bench it is the only thing, but yeah.
Yeah. Going to die regardless. Aki's going to die and almost. So
Well, the whole well, you're kind of just being please don't have Great Catcher in that list is what you've got to ask right now, because if Great Catcher's in this list, you've lost on the spot anyway, right? Probably.
Manual attach. Move this over. Idiot. Turning point for 80.
I do not have Great Catcher. Unfortunately, you still lose. Pokemon Communication, Magcargo.
For what it's worth, that goes back in the deck. Oh, right, yeah.
Fire Crystal.
That is a card that exists, alright.
And I am dead.
Smooth over.
Yeah, because we haven't even used any of our other abilities yet, so... Ow.
Primate Wisdom.
Unironically, I think that as bad as the play you said it was, Cal, I do think that Dark Moon may have been the correct call there.
Maybe. I don't know.
Running out, but it did feel super bad.
It's like,
Well,
you do that, but I don't see what the rest of your gameplay does at that point, right? Is why I'm like, it feels kind of bad.
Yeah.
'cause I
Fairy
think
Flint, discarding Slugma and Deaders.
Yeah,
Last
this is...
Fire Energy in deck.
It is necessary because there's only one other one in hand, so we're not BMing with it here. Because you have
9
to...
Temptations, Dead NAGX.
Yeah, because you have to discard
Discard
2
3.
fire, so... Yeah, so... I mean, you might have been right. It might have been the thing for it, but I'm looking at it going then... I don't know where else you go from there, because like, I don't really see how you get a ton more energy in. It's not as if you're really gaining... Like, you would be... What's the best thing you'd have? Like, 1 prize left still? So, like, you're not even winning because of that, right? Because you take an individual prize point off it, and then it's just like maybe you can do it, but there were plenty of search stuff that didn't get used within the turns. There was another quick ball and the Peacock thing I'd seen in previous hands, so like there could have been a replacement basic come down off of stuff. I just look at it going, that maybe it would have helped, but I also just don't know if that's like enough to get you the last 2 prizes, given what is still available there. That's my only concern. It's just, I guess maybe you preserve more energy in play, but I don't think that ended up being the problem.
That might have been it, because if I preserve more energy play, I could go in with this guy.
Yeah, and then he just kills you. He kills that in one shot as well, right?
Well, the thing is that this actually one shots Magcargo.
That's what was left in there.
But I'm not sure if I get quite enough energy to make it work after the other plays, but...
Well, you didn't have bench space to put him down, that's for sure.
I mean, this would not have happened if I did that.
No, but you didn't have bench space before that. Right? This only went down because other stuff was getting KO'd at the time. The Guzzlord only went down because the Umbreon Darkrai went down, right? You did not have bench space to put him down as well to get a 210 KO on this guy.
Yeah, the thing is that he was in the middle of the prize, so I couldn't try and get him any sooner.
Yeah. No, I get it. Maybe it would have been right because it's like maybe you get an extra like 1 turn off of it. I'm still not sure that would have given you enough time to actually win the game off of that, but it's possible. I wouldn't claim to thinking otherwise because who knows at this point. Oh, that's weird. How did you manage to not get the bottom set with that?
Yeah, I'm just. Give me 1 second.
No, it's just that must be some very strange angling that you had on your on your select there. That was funny. Yeah, again, you might be right. It might be just a case of that was actually the better play for it. I forgot the amulets were in here. I'll be honest with you. I don't think we saw that before. So, guess that
that was the other option if I couldn't get the 9 Temptations. Just grab an Island Challenge amulet and try and get another Magcargo working.
Yeah.
I'd have found my great catcher at that point.
Yeah, I mean, if you just don't, I guess you just don't evolve the guy. Yeah, your other great catcher was in the prizes, but yeah, 1 was available, right? Yeah. Oh.
I was sort of trying to respect the Black Lance as much as possible.
Yeah, Black Lance is a very good attack, especially against some of these sorts of ones. It does hit that exact sort of numbers where it's, yeah, pretty powerful, and it is like exactly the right sort of damage where it is difficult to get like 2 KOs consecutively on this. I think it still could have been doable if push came to shove with it though, so like, yeah, I don't know, it would have been a bit dangerous to have thrown like this guy out there. This guy gets KO'd and it's like immediately, I guess I'll go here, and it's that could still work, but then that's putting yourself in a please don't have 5 energy again board state, right? Which against this deck,
not unreasonable.
Against this deck, that is very spooky for sure, because this guy is just 2 energy by itself, right? So if you get multiples of it down, it's just like, well, I can get 2 energy out with this, I can weld a 2 down, then just 1 manual attach, and it's like, oops, suddenly I'm hitting 300 this turn.
It's a very scary slug deck.
Yeah. There were opportunities with the quick balls and the Peacons and stuff in that hand to have gone a bit more aggressive in terms of like finding more Pokemon as well. I did see that. So whilst there wasn't more than 1 of these down at the time,
I was respecting Marnie's as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good thing to respect considering this, oh dear lord, this card. We're gonna get to that in a minute, don't worry. But yeah, this freaking card is well worth respecting. And that's one of the reasons I think the Guru did see so much play in so many different decks, because it lets you...
The ability to just put a supporter on top of your deck that you don't need right now and then grab something later.
Yep, absolutely. There's so much utility. I mean, in this deck especially, there's like a ridiculous amount of utility this gives you, but even that basic thing of put a supporter on top of the deck, so even turn 1, right, because Marnie can come out on the opponent's turn 1. If you go first, it's like, well, at least if I put a supporter on top of the deck, the Marnie doesn't stop me from playing next turn, which is pretty
what
good.
I did with the research.
Yep. And then but like obviously in this deck it has even more utility because you often get a lot of fire energy accumulated in hand by like Fire Crystal or the Flints or the Giant Half, so you can put one of those on top of the deck, as we saw a couple of times, to accelerate with the Magcargo and grab yourself a free draw or a free search if you've got this Magcargo out as well. So many cool things that this can do. So it's
just a really neat deck.
Yeah,
does a lot of things pretty well.
Very reminiscent in some ways of the old Ludicargo that you guys played a lot in Gen 3, right? With the because of this guy and the sort of like high damage type output that it could do. It's like very reminiscent of that type of thing, just with a discard engine instead now. But
there are a few decks that this cannot one-shot if you put your head to it. Snorlax is probably the biggest example.
Literally.
It's not happening.
Yeah, with a
you need a lot.
With a padding in play, you need like 7 energy discarded to one-shot them.
It's just not reasonable.
No, especially not when they can actually one-shot you as well, because 210 HP is that exact threshold number. Meanwhile, this is certainly more consistent than it was before, thanks to this little thing over here. Definitely a lot nicer to play, I think, than what we had before.
Unfortunately, I still think like, that was a very good showing of it, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It still has clunk issues. It doesn't feel like it's the power of the format, but it certainly feels a lot more playable than the last set.
Yeah. It's got a lot of cool stuff within the toolbox. Like the Umbreon Darkrai does have 2 exceptionally good attacks to it. That's obviously a big benefit. The Weavile just in general being able to shift stuff around is really nice. Its own attack
I was
is
terrified that you were going to Dark Moon GX me there.
Yeah.
At the start of the game.
Again, I think it was sort of thought on. It's like could have potentially. I just don't know. With it being for 1 prize is the only thing I'm like. I don't know where it goes from there. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that was my thinking as well. Because that was Dark Moon Plus. I had on that turn. So
yeah, that's what I was scared of.
It was a beast, though, so I didn't want to put it down recklessly.
Yeah, because you can't shift a beast energy over. It's apart from it doesn't count as a rainbow while on the Umbreon Darkrai. Even if it did, basic dark energy is the restriction on Weavile. So once you put that beast energy down somewhere, it's there for good, right? So if you had put that down, it's like that shuts off the Guzzlord play later, which is a key like prize denial bit that you could have had, and it's like kind of forces you into the Mega Sableye thing, which might just get blown up for the rest of the game as soon as that happens. Nothing else you had on board and could get on board was capable of KOing Magcargo, so yeah.
And you wouldn't know that's high, but this was prize at the time as well, so
yeah,
doesn't help.
Came out the prize on my on the Guzzlord KO. Oh.
Fair.
And at that point, too many energy had been used on said Guzzlord KO in order to facilitate this ever at that point in the game, right? So
yeah, like the only way I could have done it is if I just like passed without hitting you with the 80, but that is also doesn't really change much.
Yeah, it
risky.
is risky because with the way your board was, I think that this was after using the Ditto to evolve into the Naganadel as well, so yeah. That could have been a great catcher, or I guess Ninetales would have been the thing in this case, but like that could have been a great catcher into the Weavile because you wouldn't have been able to put the energy where you needed to like keep this available, right? So because otherwise, if you leave this with a lot of energy, then this is probably going to be the target in the first place, right? And there were enough energy to get like a 300 damage KO there. So I don't think you could have prematurely put that down, maybe, but it would have been super risky. And then if you don't, Weavile gets brought in with a gusting effect, and if you can't move your energy around, then this guy can't get powered up anyway. So yeah, I can understand how the trickiness of that turn, but.
Red and Blue is a pretty good strong, although a pretty good card. It annoys me the colors on it.
Yeah, I mean we know why, but yeah, it's understandable. It's Green's exploration being blue as well because technically, it's like grumble.
Japan, great set.
It's all
Have we had any cards with yellow though?
no.
No, no,
Don't.
because yellow wasn't. Because the yellow manga card never ended up in PokéGo, did there?
Nope.
That's probably why.
It's a shame.
It is a bit, yeah. At least we have her in the Crystal Clear though, right? She kicked my butt something fierce because I was not leveled up for that. Whoops.
Some of those trainers scale pretty badly.
Yeah.
I think you also had an issue with a certain duck trainer.
Yeah, a little bit. So, oh, is that why I can't do it? Right. Okay. Now it's okay. I was just like, why can I not see the hand? It's because of the fact that I'm player black. Right. That's fine. I just wanted to like check the stuff with it. It's going. That's why it's not working. Okay. Oh yeah, flipped over. Yeah.
Player black.
That's alright. Despite how long we've been doing this for, I still do not know half of the TTS like things with that. So you know, it's fine.
Pepper, you said you wanted to put something up against Cal's.
Yeah, it's like something's got to fight the dog, and
all right, we'll see. I don't think it's entirely impossible, but
what else has a good chance against? Well, does Magcargo even have a good chance against it? I know it's fire, but
probably.
yeah, it's better than expected.
Alrighty.
Getting 3 prize KOs, aren't we?
Yeah, that would be the thing for it. Right, what do we want?
Tails.
You got it.
I'm going second anyway.
Yep. Okay, there is a basic in this hand.
I'm all.
Yep. Prizes go down. Back to there. See, I don't have the list that you've changed for the stuff this way, so I don't know how that's going to end up going, but we'll see. Right, not my preferred starter, but we will see. Yeah, definitely not with a hand being like this, but whatever. Porygon can go down. I do need to use the Primate Wisdom, so I guess we'll do that one. I don't know if I need that down or not. That might be a liability, but yeah, I think I'll unfortunately have to leave it at that for just now. Go ahead. Yeah, it's not amazing because we didn't get the wax down, but
Quick ball, discard ADP.
yeah, if we got Snorlax down, I might have actually felt okay about this hand, to be honest, but then again, this guy is kind of stuck at the moment too. Yep.
Okay, yeah. We do find play. Now we using play.
Yep. So discard the top 7. That's not great.
No, that is not great at all, actually.
Because this goes as well. Any items you pick up are fine, but the rest of it's, yeah. Alright.
That's a very bad play. That's
So,
a very bad play, actually.
Quick ball switch acrobike, right? Was the the hits? Yeah.
Fine.
Okay.
Use the acro immediately.
Can confirm those were the hits.
Keep the metal saucer. Discard. Oh wait, no, don't say that. I keep.
It's got to be the other way round, surely.
Well,
Okay, you've got the energy in hand with it. Fair enough.
lost feathers in that as well. So
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like this. Like I didn't have a good start, but
wait a minute. You have this actually.
okay. So what are we doing with this? Considering the choice thing of it, just getting all of it. Okay.
Leaving the ADPs.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Yeah. So it's up to 2 Pokemon and up
Maybe
to
we'll
2
put the
basic
wall back in.
energy. Choose
Yeah,
one
I
or
should put the wall
both.
back in case the hammer comes down. Because I'm not sure what you're doing exactly yet.
That's fair. That's fair.
Only does have the 3 waters.
Mhm.
Quick pause, got energy switch. Get this back up. Active Vitality Band before I use it. Pop it. Guard switch with Saucer.
Mhm.
Rapid Sword.
Yep. So effectively draws 3, but if there's any metal energy in there, they can go to the Zacian. It's not. Okay, we will draw. And I think I immediately need to use the Primate Wisdom, unfortunately. It's one of those. That's kind of. It's kind of annoying actually, because I don't particularly want to use it first, but I have to here. Because it is Quick Ball, so I was hoping to like preserve stuff for there, but that is totally fine. This card's a bit weird though, because I kind of like all the stuff with it. I guess I'll discard Cynthia. It's a very strange one to have to do, but you know. Because naturally we're getting the top guy, because we do sort of need that available. Okay. Rest of it's looking somewhat reasonable. Oh, the Vitality Band is not in deck, that's annoying. The other part to get damage is, so like I might still be okay, but the Vitality Band is not available, so this Snorlax is not KOing in one go. That's okay though, because I don't think he was ever KOing in one go, to be honest. Get the Cramorant down, I have buff padding for it, and I'm gonna Mani. New command! This is what we have this one for. So I draw 5, you draw 4, everything else from the hand got bottom decked. Well, I will preempt it. I'm going to Zigzagoon the Zacian, because that's the way I will get the damage down. And I'm going to have to leave it there for now. Go ahead. It's not great, because, I mean, I guess you could have had the Mental Energy in hand already, but it's like, it's not great in a way, because it gets you 5 cards, like, deeper in, but it also gets rid of, like, a colossal hand that you had before, so... I think it's still, like, fine, but it's underwhelming.
Energy Spinner?
Yep, and that's the other thing, this deck has a ton of that. I didn't think I was really realistically ever getting you away from this turn, and this is where things get dangerous, but... Yep.
I've not got much else in this, so it's going to be the Ultra Creation Plus.
Yep, so just as a reminder, plus 30 damage on all of your attacks, and if you get a KO, then it takes an extra prize card if it's by damage. So, yeah. Oh, wow, that is literally the best card it could have been off the top of the deck there. Candy for the PZ. I had 2 PorygonZ in the hand before, that's why I put one back on top of the deck with the Guru last turn, trying to preserve it for Marnie plays, and then it's like I drew Quit Ball, and I'm like, well, I guess I've got to ditch it now anyway, right? I have the Snorlax, and I will Quick Ball another Snorlax away. Because as dangerous as it is, I need cards. So we're going to have to get it down ourselves as well. Dedenne goes down, so we get our 6. That's not completely awful, but it's not amazing. Let's go draw energy. So we draw one more. Ah, shit. That's not helping. We are going to shift one of these back with the Guru. Get an extra draw here. Okay. We might still be able to do something. With the Crazy Code, we're going to attach a Recycle as well. Going to Quick Ball, discarding the Candy. Get something that I don't want on my board at the moment, so the Porygon. So get to that, and then... thinking if that's... No, I think I would need to just hit this guy if anything, so we're just going to Mani here.
Okay.
Because I Dedenne to get my previous draw, so... Do that. Okay. Annoyingly, it still doesn't get there, though. Not unless this draws, like, TCE, which is not great. Well... You know what? This guy does 70 damage. I'm gonna put a draw energy down on him, so I could draw. Okay, yeah, I didn't get what I was gonna do otherwise, so I am gonna whap down for 70 because that hits exact numbers right now to get Snorlax to KO with a Pokemon down next turn. Go ahead. Sometimes you just open with the Guru instead of a Snorlax, and this is what you've got to do, okay? I don't like it, but... Yep.
The metal in my hand. Quick Ball, discard the metal.
Yep.
Get a Zacian. Keep it in hand for now. It's probably going to go down at some point in this turn.
I imagine so, yeah.
I just want to hit the clay button first.
Whoa, yep, okay. Well...
That is more what you expect.
It's a bit better, isn't it?
So I discard
yeah.
metal, get Quick Ball, Energy Switch, Saucer, Rod, and Pokegear.
Mm-hmm. Oku's music has just come on as well. That's so funny with this right now. That is exactly the boss mode music that needs to come on right now.
Still put the second sensation down as we did hit a Saucer.
Yep.
My radioactive is the dog.
Manual attach water to the active.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going down for it, but... Yeah, well, Quick Ball. Okay. Discard the ADP to quickly fin. Fin. And Ultimate Ray.
Yep. Yeah, makes sense. Right. Down that goes. 2 prizes get taken. This is the only thing. Actually, because I've got Crazy Code, this technically makes more sense to go up because it's a 1 retreat. I can just pay with Recycle, right? So I think this makes more sense to go up first. So that is what we will do. Because it's not a guarantee with this at the moment, right, that I can even hit this down, which is kind of frustrating. So the Recycle definitely goes there. I think Evo Incense gets played first here. Yeah. So that gets this guy. Because I do have a draw energy, I was just trying to sequence this properly first. Yeah, I think it has to go down on the lax. Oh god, that is not exactly how I want to see the setup here. I think it's probably better though. Looking at the odds of this, I think Marnie is better, because I have Cynthia as well, but it's like I shuffle all of this back in deck as well, so I could redraw some of the stuff I'm getting here. Even though Marnie gets me one less card, I think it's better to not be able to draw any of the 5 that I'm putting back here. So, I mean it would be, but I'm unfortunately still missing a piece off of that. Catcher. Shit. Okay. Regrettably, you've got it. I don't have another basic. Unfortunately, that is just the thing. I didn't get another basic, so I think I don't win per se, but with a hyper potion in hand as well, I think I actually take that most games if I get the KO that turn. Believe it or not. Because I don't think, like, with a 390 HP dude that I'm healing away, I'm pretty sure you can't KO me in 2 consecutive shots there. So I think I actually take that if, more often than not, if I get another Snorlax down there. Okay, I'm willing to try again, because, like, I mean, to be fair, if I had a better start, I would have had that, so... I know you didn't get the turn 1, your turn 1 auto creation either, but I had nothing going at the beginning of that, so...
I think you're going first again?
Yeah, I might as well, because I think if, my best bet is, even if it's not for full power, my best bet is probably getting the Snorlax down turn 1 and, like, getting my attack before you do. Okay. I did put the 4th Triple Excel in the deck in order to make that easier to happen, so... That said, when that's the starter, I think we've already lost, but whatever. We'll see. I can at least get Quick Ball down. We'll pitch the... Doesn't fucking matter, to be honest. Doesn't really matter, I don't think. Yeah, we've lost this one already, to be honest. Starting Dedenne and not being able to get a solid enough start down here is so much of a death sentence that we can't win this one. So realistically we should just shuffle off and start again, I think, but, you know. Because the problem is I can't attach an energy this turn, so yeah, we're already done. Because I only have TC, so it's like, it's already over, there's no point in playing. Sorry, but when your start is your singular Dedenne, you've already lost.
Okay, I did hit the clay off the thing, so
discarding both your ADP though.
Well, that wasn't discard, that was the
off the Pokégear, right, yeah.
This would be the actual clay.
I missed that noise.
Oh, you can have a comically bad clay.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter, unfortunately, though, because I've started Dedenne, so, you know. It wouldn't be quite as bad if I could at least get, like, a Recycle or a Draw energy down on it turn 1, but when your start is like that, it's just not gonna happen. I'm afraid. Yep. Yep. I'm slightly surprised. I'm slightly surprised I'm mulling like this, but I think if there's one thing maybe I should change with the bit here, it's like put a 4th, what's his face? Put a 4th, Snorlax V in instead of the 4th Porygon maybe, but I think a Porygon is kind of more important as the start here, so I don't know. Like, to get one down early is, like, as important as it gets, but I might just be overvaluing it a little bit. I have the Guru, I have a Draw Energy, so I will use that. Okay, gets to the Snorlax, that's the most important bit. And then we'll use the Primate Wisdom. Yeah, we'll make Snorlax big, why not? Go ahead. Make him big boy.
Big ball, discard metal.
Mm-hmm.
Water on it. Add Switch. Metal Saucer.
Mm-hmm.
That is it. I'm going to just Intrepid Source from there.
Okay, yep.
Oh. Yeah, it's risk. I will get energy on.
It's reasonable. Alright, we will draw. I think I do go for the Primate Wisdom first here. Okay, that back on top. We'll ping the Zacian with a Zigzagoon. This is also dangerous, but I'm gonna try for the catcher here. Okay, that gets it, so it comes in. Order of operations unfortunately requires me to go this way first, so I'm gonna need a lot off of the Cynthia that's coming up here with it, because I have P2. This has a 2 retreat cost, so I can't just like ding in. At least you can't kill this in one go, because I'm gigantic right now. I'm 270 HP. So yeah, we got Cynthia. Red Candy's the last card, but we can't always get like PorygonZ off the top of the deck with a thing here. So we get the 6. It gets everywhere except actually attacking, which is unfortunate, because I did get the VMAX too. Wouldn't have been enough to get the KO anyway, but I mean, I'm going to put it down because I have to. Recycle energy can go down. I have a feeling this isn't going to end very well though, go ahead. Like, I wasn't expecting to get a KO there, I was just hoping to get the Lax plus the TCE so I can attack at the very least. Because if I get the pressure down on this, then that's a massive hurt.
Yeah, this has
this. Oh, I think that's my Switch saying my controller's on low battery. The other one. Where did I even put it? There it is. You switch off.
actually. I think the first one's actually just Marnie.
Okay, yep. So I get 4 this time, because I'm getting it used against me.
Macro.
Yep.
discard a spinner. Big ball, discard a water. Wait, no. Yeah. I should have played that.
Oh, well, can't take it back now, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I'll pick Della's back up then. It's like, yeah, like, wait a minute. Like, this is my plan for next turn. Shit. I had a brainless moment.
Nah, it's all good. It's all good. It happens.
I will spin her as well. Just pull then.
Yep. Yep. Seems good.
230 on.
Yeah, Brave Blade. Cannot Brave Blade next turn, which probably matters because, yeah, I've still got to be able to get there first. Well, I guess we can see. Oh shit, now what do I want to do with this? I have an energy, but it's not triple excel. So, like... Oh, I'm gonna do it because it's draw energy. We need the one thing. God damn it, the next card was triple excel. You have to be kidding me. I've got a mind. Look at this shit. What was I supposed to do? Whatever. That's so frustrating. Oh, we got 5. I mean, I still get there, but it's not as good as I would like. I've got Evo Incense. So, we will still get the PZ. So we can get that down. Guess I'll bench this guy down as well. I did get another TCE, so it's like I can attack, which will not, unfortunately, be for enough. It's 180, so 60 plus 30 for each of my bench Pokemon. Didn't quite get there, so yeah. VMAX 4, not quite doing enough. But at least this guy can't attack this turn unless you like double switch or whatever, so...
Like...
Yep. 7 cards for a 70 damage. Yeah, that seems pretty good. You want to just play on board? Considering you're probably playing half of that anyway.
How I'm going to arrange this mess of a turn.
Yep.
Well.
I was like, I think you sorcered the metal before, right? Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I think what I've got to do, I've got to play the quick ball. This guy on Bell.
Yep.
And I may as well pick the. I think I Marnied. Is it actually correct to get Deadle now? It probably isn't actually, just because of Marnie.
Yeah, considering you're probably not using it this turn based on the way this is right now.
Because what I can do now, that's there, like... I also have an attach.
Mm-hmm.
I can pay the retreat off this.
Yep.
Go to whatever. The sorcerer puts the energy back on.
Mm-hmm.
The hard switch gets it back in.
Yep.
Don't want to put the band in early. Better for this matchup. Rush here. Rod right now, so I'm going to pick these up and take the free prize KO.
Yep, unfortunate. That goes back in hand. This guy is again a 1 retreat, he might as well ding up. So we will draw. Okay, okay. Well, Crazy Co can get that down for sure, and you're right, we are gonna Marnie. That's pretty rough. I say that, but then do I even need half of these cards? Probably not. Quit Ball, Pitching Candy. We do need another Snorlax down. 100%. We gotta ship it. Gotta put the Deaders down. Candy Porygon is the other two, so I need a bit more than that right now. Get that. Oh dear lord, okay. That gets there, but it's very weird. Let's see. Quick Ball, I guess pitch. I don't really think I'm gonna have space to do basic search at this point, so we might as well do that. Do I even have a target? No, I do not. Okay. I've got like 4 evolutions or something in the deck and no basics, so good job I discarded the Quick Ball then, because that ain't gonna do shit for me. This is just a weird one to sort of like conclude here. I think I go with the Primate Wisdom first. So do that one, get the draw. That's even weirder. I know what I want to do, but it's also kind of weird too. I'm gonna Evo Incense and grab PZ, I think, here. That can just stay in hand for now. I really don't think I want to be attacking with that, to be fair. Because I don't think... with 2 sources down, I mean, it's possible, but if you have it like that, you have it like that. Gonna go in, gonna do that, and a draw energy to get 1 more. And we are just going to swallow for 60, get the finish up KO. It's like, if you've got it and you're nice like that, then so be it, but I somehow doubt it.
Spin up?
Mm-hmm.
Add a metal?
Yep.
Pokegear?
Yep.
Oh, no, it's not. Whiff. Pokegear?
Yep.
Hit Barney.
Okay, yep.
Not using it immediately.
Knowing that you I'm sure you had at least 1 Marnie left is exactly why I didn't go for like Snorlax off of that Evo Incense. It would have been kind of wrong to do so.
Push the metal to active.
Yep.
Yep, just gonna use the money.
Because the thing is, it's like, I needed to shuffle the top deck, but I also didn't want to leave myself too vulnerable to that happening, so...
And on the Zacian,
Oh, that's annoying. Yep.
ordinary rod.
Mm-hmm. It's annoying, but like...
Don't think I even want
so how bad is it really for me here?
Nah, it should be way worse if I find one, so I'm just gonna put 2 energy in.
That's fair, yep.
You know what? I'm gonna play a second for the exact same thing.
Just put 2 more medals back in, makes sense.
Yeah.
But we still got some for we've got 1 for a saucer, okay.
And 2 saucers down, so...
Yeah, that's fair. That's why I was like, we still got any for stuff, but makes sense.
This turn is just going to be my ultimate creation turn.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. Alright, let's go. And yeah, exactly why I did not want to immediately search it the other bit, because I was like, Marnie's probably gonna ping me there if I do. We're gonna use Primate Wisdom to put that back on top of the deck. That's a pretty good hit. And Research, discard the other Snorlax and the PZ. Almost wishing I put PZ on top of the deck, but I don't think it would have mattered. VMAX Fall for 210.
Okay. Just going to attach a water from the top and hit Ultimate Ray.
180.
Hey, please, yes.
Yep. We will draw. Let's get rid of 120 of that with the Hyper Potion. That keeps us out of range now because 260 is the cap at the moment, so we should be fine. And then the reason I'm not discarding anything, of course, for anyone who doesn't know, I do have to discard 2 energy, but recycle energy go right back to hand, and Crazy Code just puts them back immediately. So I'm in like no concerned state right now about that. We are going to use the Guru to draw 1, put this on top of the deck, and we are going to G-Max Fall for the KO here. Yeah, I know this thing is still like painfully apparent, but I've done all I could, more or less.
Put a metal down, custom catch a single for 2.
Okay, yep.
Light,
260, so this goes up to 320. We will draw. Right, let's just make absolute sure that I'm not doing anything stupid here before I just swing in on this. Because it's like, some weird place can come in with it, right? We've used 2 switch, so it's highly unlikely that a double switch thing happens. If custom happens, it's like whatever, but you also can't attack next turn, so you still need the 2 switch thing. I think this deck has kind of stopped playing stuff like Jirachi at this point, or it's not very high up anyway, so like a switch energy Rachi thing probably isn't likely. Yeah, as you've mentioned yourself, you're like 2 sources down, so the odds of getting another consecutive attack are not super high. I think I still need to try and get this guy away from KO threshold if it's remotely possible, but I'm not sure I'm going to get there. But I'm still going to try. I've got at least 1 Hyper Potion, so it gets it down there. It's not enough by itself, and if I get the third one to play, then I can get it down, so that'll be fine. Let's get some stuff out of the hand real quick. We'll Crazy Code 1 there. Quick Ball discarding. Honestly, the Snorlax is fine because it's not gonna matter at this point. I'm gonna take it out of the deck, but I don't know whether or not I need to like Marnie this turn or not is the thing. It's still better to take it out of the deck even if I do shuffle draw here, but it's just because like Marnie might get you closer to the hit. It's probably not worth it. I think Cynthia is the better play here. It's like that would have gotten me a pretty good chance of getting to the Hyper Potion, but I think it's best just doing that. And I mean, we hit it anyway, so I guess I've done literally everything I can with it this time. If this guy This guy isn't going down, but it's really just a catcher whether or not it happens at this point. We are going to attach a draw energy somewhere. I just gotta think. Well, I mean, I guess, does it matter that much? This guy is a basic and has a 2 retreat, so I'll put it on that. Use our Primate Wisdom. Put that back on top of the deck. And yeah, I've done everything else I can. VMAX fall for 180 at this point because of your sword. Not your sword, your pan. Yeah, I mean it's Peach, right? It's just holding it in there.
Well, we topped play.
Oh boy! Oh boy! Thank you for the sub, Blue. Okay, I don't think that does it by itself.
That is going to be Fish for Bloody Deaders. Fish for Deaders' hand.
Yeah, oh yeah, I guess there is a quick ball, isn't there? Shit. Wait, what were you doing there, Sai? What did I not do? I thought I saw something.
Padding.
Oh, you're reading buff padding, right? Okay. So these go.
Yeah, those go.
Seeing exactly how much health the big lug has left.
Yeah, it
It's a
has 310 right now.
Start the enemy switch.
Mhm. I've been really good overall, Blue. Actually managed to participate in the VGC event locally this past weekend.
Hold on.
It's not there.
Though, like, I do actually. Hang on. That's my best line here, though. I think it is actually. Let's go stand for 3.
Oh, I see.
You hit 210. You've already played that. You've already got Tool on.
Hmm. Yeah, I see. Well, if I didn't have the tool on, I actually would have potentially died to your constant 260s here, so I'm kind of glad I did have it on. Right, yeah.
Should probably put that in hand in case of. Oh, might as well put it at the bottom anyway. Yeah, I should play the Ending Spinner out as well. Because I know what my plan is here.
Yeah, we did not find a switch off of the clay, huh?
The plan from here is Intrepid Soul onto active.
Yeah, and like hope you get it basically. Okay. We will draw.
So I've realised my win con was completely different. Was not to try and kill the Snorlax, it was to try to assemble Custom Catcher. It was
Yeah, yeah. And this is the tricky bit now, is like I don't know if we've hit it or not. God, how nice would it be to have a Gumshoes GX on the board, right? Just be able to see, did you hit it? Because that'd be great right now. Still 2 of these things there as well. So my problem is, I think you've probably got access to it regardless. So like, what do I have to catch or kill here or something? That's seeming like it's gonna have to be it, isn't it?
in hindsight, I shouldn't have even attacked that last turn. I should
Yeah.
have just Intrepid Sword it.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I had a sort of inkling. It's like, well, if you don't do it that way, maybe we can do something. It really does just come down to it. Do you have it or not? It's like, if I think you've got it, then what can I do about it? Because the problem is, there's so many clay still available too. Even if I do that, with the chances of you just drawing into it again are like really high. Do I have to just hope that you don't have it then? That feels really bad. On the other side, I get to see, if I do have a Mani and I use it, I get to see 6 cards here. So I have 1 catcher left. So like that's the other consideration, is like, if I just Mani and go for my own catcher, if I hit that, I just win, right? So this feels like a throw, but I'm gonna Mani here.
I will tell you. Oh, shit. That was not a throw.
Okay, well there's at least that. I mean, I think I saw you search the Deaders as well, right? So...
No,
I wasn't...
I searched the Zacian instead.
Oh, right, okay. Okay. So... those being shuffled on the bottom now, it's like... still possible. We're gonna use the Primate Wisdom to grab a thing. Did not get there. Okay. Well, unfortunately I do not have Fated Double, otherwise I would have won. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit for the 210 here. I've not got anything else I can do, unfortunately.
You have a clay.
That's why I was like, it's probably still done anyway, but... yeah.
And
yeah.
I just game on board there. Cause...
Yep. My Cramorant was prized, but I don't think it would have mattered too
thinking
much here.
Your kingdom for an Obstagoon right now.
I mean, yeah, if we had access to that sort of thing, it would have been funny, but we just can't in this deck. There's not enough space for it. That's a shame.
Even just as an additional pain to go off this thing.
Well, yeah, but it's just not happening, because there's no way I can fit that in here.
Yeah, because if I did Intrepid Sword instead of attacking on that turn, I would have gotten second catcher instead of having to spend 1. And then it's like, yeah, double catcher in Deaders, and you know where it goes from there.
Yeah, I know. I think that's another one though, like I just about won. Maybe buff padding wasn't the thing, but like even then, how would I not when, like, again, the
thing is that if I do that, I just have to Deaders on the spot, and the chance of Deaders into it from there.
I will be...
I
will also be honest right now with the stuff, whilst this is, like, I know this is going to sound like, big sort of, you know, John's engine stuff. This is not the normal way of doing this. The frying pan is not normally in here at all, and that's the only... I think that's the only reason you actually won this, to be fair, because if you didn't put the frying...
pan a lot, actually. It's not in the clay, obviously the clay builds are all custom done, because there's no lists on Limitless. But
to be fair, also... To also be fair, the clay is also the only reason you won anyway, right? The only reason you won is because you had access to clay. So it's like... either way round, it pretty much is you only won because of like the specific either one of or the like the supporter tag. If you didn't have clay, there was no chance of winning that game, right? So
the standard list is nothing like the standard list is on Jirachis and stuff with more text and
yeah,
less crazy item layouts.
Yeah, I like sort of instantly. Yeah, and I think even then, like, I don't think Pokégear was standard in here either. The
It's not like that. Something like that. Not even the clay list running Pokégear.
Yeah, it's like
specifically for clay because it just made too much sense.
I've got to be honest. It's shit. Really feeling it in here. Like, I know why it makes sense, but it's like Pokégear with 7 supporters has always felt shit to me. So it's like it shouldn't hit, right? Like ever, pretty much compared to what you'd expect. Like, we've gone over, I know it's 1 card less, we've gone over the max elixir numbers in the past, and it's like 12 energy was kind of what you needed for that. It's like, why does this hit with 7?
To be first admit, this is not consistent, it's just
yeah.
the only option that turns item into supporter.
That's kind of the sucky
More
thing, is I feel... Yeah, like, it's kind of the sucky thing, is I, like, genuinely feel like I got sacked by this. And, like, and that's not taking anything from you, but, like, I feel like I just got sacked. Between, like, not having the best start in Game 1, and just, like, yeah, getting locked out at the end of that one, I just feel like I got sacked. I didn't actually lose this one.
You've had a good shot that game. This deck is good. This deck is good.
It's the only thing that's off. The only thing that's off with this is the slight like clunk aspect to it because of the fact of the stage 2. But that's why we have the TCE in here. I did put the 4th TCE in instead of the 4th Hyper Potion because I think that ended up being better. As much as I want 4 Hyper Potion in here because it makes me basically unkillable to everything else. I need to be able to put early pressure on too. That was the other thing, is like missing the turn 2 attack because I didn't get the TCE despite all the draw stuff. Ultimately, one of the big problems is that I can't put a draw engine really in here as well. Like, the best I've got is the Guru and like the one Dedenne potentially, which that is usually fine. It just can be a bit of a liability sometimes off it, but like
I did post that gif in Discord the other day. Dedenne, my prize hog.
Yeah, but realistically, there was no other way I was getting into that one. So like, that's the thing, is yes, it's difficult, but you kind of have to play it. It's like, what else can you even play at this stuff there? Because nothing else is remotely good enough. Because Cinccino doesn't do anything for it really. Like, the bird stuff obviously doesn't help. Weavile would have been okay in that spot, but it wouldn't have done anything else after that, and it's still a 2-prizer. Like, you still, that same play happens even if it's a Weavile instead, right? So like, that's not a viable thing for it. It's like, there literally isn't.
This thing hits for such stupid numbers. Why is it hitting for 230? Why did you get to be in the same type as ADP?
Yeah.
Why?
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, this obviously is the Boogeyman combination with the stuff here, but like, genuinely, I really didn't feel like I was out of that one in comparison. Would have been, as Sai was saying, it would have been lovely if I could have had like an Obstagoon in here as well, because I did have opportunities to search for it in the end. It could have been the great sort of pickup play to finish things off, but there's just no chance, right? You're adding so much inconsistency with it anyway. Typically, you would see this as almost like a 3-0-3 type line for this as well, which doesn't usually help. I don't know if I needed the 4th Porygon. I've been saying this before. I think maybe I could have swapped that for the 4th Snorlax to have this start more often. But
it feels like a flex slot.
Yeah. I think I do really like the Porygon too, though. That definitely helps a lot, and I mean, we saw it there as well. It's like, you can't always assemble the Rare Candy PorygonZ thing as much as you would like, even with access to like Guru. Yep, tried to add as much consistency there as possible. We did end up needing to put the catches in. I wanted more of this, to be fair, but it's like you played me with that more Pico, like dolls type thing in the past. It's like, well, we kind of need.
I'm not bringing it out again.
Yeah, true, but it's not just that one for the stuff there, right?
Yeah,
Doll stall is not entirely unheard of elsewhere.
There are.
So it
was actually one of the big deck periods, because one of the things that counts against this BS. It was one
Yep.
of the...
So like, I think I do need the catches as much as I hate thinking for it, and then the cram is actually really good. Like, it doesn't just do beat catch stuff in here. Because of the recycle energies, I can spit shot, like get all the recycle energy back and snipe a Dedenne off the bench, right? So that could have also been another potential thing if you couldn't have taken like a free pricing. Unfortunately, it was priced in the last game.
But... if you have to get to set it up.
Because, yeah, once you get the recycle energy down, this thing is really solid. And, I mean, you get to play draw energy as well, right? There's we saw this with the Gallade. That's one of the reasons why the Gallade was actually kind of neat, is because it was all colorless, and you got to play stuff like this to just get extra draws here and there. It's pretty useful, so...
That's my brain turning, actually. If you could run more Snorlax, you could actually just retreat between Snorlaxes sometimes.
Sometimes you could, yeah.
And even slow you down, because you just created code it all back on.
The goal is to try and get 2 of these down if you can, so I guess because you want a backup one when the first one eventually does fall, right? So I guess it would make sense. Yeah, I think that's the one maybe hindsight change, is like swap the ratios of that and Snorlax out. You don't typically need more than 2 of these, and you know, this can still be a liability if they get like captured up or something, so like sometimes you might regret it, but Triple XL does help a bit more in the early game for that, so maybe it's still fine. Obviously we don't play Ordinary VOD or anything like that because I don't play Basic Energy in this deck. If you don't like the PorygonZ thing, you can do Welder stuff in here as well, and that's a different, perfectly viable build as well. But I did like the idea of Hyper Potion being able to be near infinite, so you know, that's the unkillable aspect of it, is if you Hyper Potion a bunch and just be like, well, yeah, your 260s are impressive, but they still don't KO me that easily. You know?
Yeah, that did make the difference in the end there, because I realized I just couldn't kill the Snorlax. Like, yeah I'm doing stupid damage and I can't kill the Snorlax.
You hit me for 100. You hit me for 180 and a 260, and you still weren't KOing me with the 3rd hit in the end. That's how good the Hyper Potion stuff can be here. Is I took every single big hit you could with this, like to do all of the stuff, and you still couldn't get there. That's the strength of this deck when it gets up. You could do it with Welder stuff as well, but then it's like you've got to get the energy every time for it, and you can't really double Hyper Potion in a turn if you do that right. Because that's another thing with Recycle Energy Crazy Code, it's like I get 2 discards for the first one, then just be like, they go straight back on, I Hyper Potion again. Now what? I've healed like all of the damage you did last turn. So, have fun. Yeah, it's obviously not easy, and it didn't take the game of it here. Again, this is a much more customized version of any of the stuff you would see with it, and yeah, some of the stuff.
The interesting stuff when it comes to these meta decks, I think, or why they just like a bit groaned out the room.
Yeah, but it's like, I mean, when you see this even compared to the bit before, it's like, okay, the Switch is maxed out here, but like Energy Spinners are maxed out compared to the thing. Energy Switch is maxed out compared. There's like one less catcher, but that's probably fine. The Ordinary Rod helps out a bit as well.
He's got caught.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah, that's the other thing. If I didn't really have a stadium that made sense in here either, because like, what am I going to put in here that even does anything?
Yeah, obviously play can't get stadium, so one's trying to avoid them as clog.
Yeah. Like, I'm not even sure what stadium I would want to counter in here specifically either. I think there was one, but I don't remember what it was. Because even Wonder Labyrinth doesn't do anything to me here, right? So I just put. Oh no, I put. Maybe, but like I still have 340 HP. Buff padding is more of the add-on top for the most part, right? If there was one that blocked healing, then I would be in danger, but there isn't, so...
Yeah, no heal block.
That does exist in Generation 8, by the way. It's called Dynatree Hill, and it's like you can't heal with that thing up, and it's pretty funny. I have to wait until the DLC waves for that, though, because Crown Tundra is when that came out. Nah, I think respectable enough though. Like, the first game was fine, despite being a bit slow because of starting the Guru. First game was fine. Second one, of course, I just kind of bricked, and starting Dedenne, so I can't even unbrick, is obviously going to happen. And then, yeah, the third one really made you think on it at the very least. You know? It's one heck of a thing. Yeah. You got a bit luckier with your clays in Game 3, I think, is probably the deciding factor there. We didn't have to discard any extra ones or anything like that, right? So...
Yeah, clay shouldn't be hitting 3, it should be hitting 5 in this. Like, clay 3 is miserable.
Yeah.
If you look at the ratio, like, take out all the stuff that's not the clay, that clay doesn't hit. And these energy are sort of half, and those metals are half hits, because you've got Force alive.
Yeah, it's a
lot of the deck.
It seriously is. Yeah, it's over half the deck. So like,
and that's after I've taken out some of these cards with Spinner and Quick Ball and again, the metals aren't always bad hits either, because you need Fuel Saucer.
And don't forget your prizing, your initial draw 7.
Prize doesn't really matter. Like,
No,
stuff
but
like prize and draw 7 are even ratios, so they don't really affect your hit rate. So it's searching out the misses that really helps.
Mm-hmm.
It's this. The other reason.
It's like one of the potential big issues that can come up, I think, is Marnie against this, though, because you have so few supporters and stuff. You're in a similar boat to
Marnie
me
is
in that way. Yeah, it's like, oh man, Marnie can be a real nasty thing with it there. That wasn't even why I was going for it every turn I could. It was more just the best play that I could do, because you kept having 56 card hands, etc. Being like, I kind of have to deal with this.
Stuff like that is probably why this wasn't as good as the standard variant over here, which has more stuff you can put on board to mitigate Marnies. It has the Guru, it has the Rachis. Like, I could add stuff like that to this list. It's just, at what point is it becomes stop being worth running clay?
Yeah, the Guru is definitely a big factor.
Yeah, Guru is kind of a mid-level, because he's a myth, but you can also put hits on top, which makes it less bad.
Yeah. There's a lot of cool utility that the Guru could have, and even with clay as a thing. But more just the fact if you could put the supporter on top to be Marnie proof is again just that basic level thing that it does so well. Is one of the things I really enjoy about it.
Here, this bike is a flex slot.
Yeah,
definitely. Pretty sure there's at least one of a flex slot in this list. I just forgot it.
Yeah, I mean it could be reasonable, but yeah, that's the tub himself. Honestly, I still think that was pretty respectable.
Oh yeah,
all things considered.
Really happy with how the Oranguru worked in the Magcargo.
Yeah, for sure.
They all play together so nice.
Absolutely. Right, do we want to do any more then, Sai, or?
Well, the only other thing I have to play today would be, again, another foray into dogs and dragons, so maybe keep that for next time.
I suppose I should just ask quickly, are we going for 2 weeks here, or
no.
Okay, then I think I don't need to play this again right now. I can bring it out later.
I would save the dog, because there's another dog list that gets enabled next set, which has an interesting combo in it.
I think I'm actually doing PorygonZ next week.
Fair enough. We might see the combo in Blacephalon instead then.
There's a list I saw that's technically not this format, but every single card in it is next format.
And that's always interesting when that happens.
So it's just like, okay.
Yeah, Boltund is definitely a card for PorygonZ.
So
yeah.
Might give that a go.
Fair enough then. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if there would be any other sort of bits to...
I wouldn't mind, but at the same time, you don't need to go against Sword Doggo again twice in the night. I'm not going to do that to you.
This thing sticks around anyway. It doesn't go away for ages.
Probably doesn't go until it rotates.
I think it drops off towards battle styles, but yeah, it's not completely dead until it rotates.
Yeah, I think probably the only issue about going up against Sword thing probably does just beat the other thing that I would thing in here, because it's more just the fact if it's a stage 2 attacker. Here's the thing, because the other deck that would have been cool to thing in is the Cinderace, because this card impressed me actually when we dinged it in before. I think
the other thing I have is that weird Sandslash deck that did not function, and I have not messed with that since, and I don't wish to mess with
that. That is fair. It would also be kind of difficult to do that against this, because you hit it for weakness and that sounds great and all, but then you just kind of die to Giant Bomb. So you've also got exactly 200 HP, so if I just spread Mew on the Sandshrews first, right, then I just get the beneficial kills.
Yep, Sandslash GX is 200.
Yeah, because that's the one annoying thing about the Cinderace, is it hits exactly 190, which is really frustrating. And I don't think with the way this being a stage 2 attacker sort of deck rather than it being the support, I don't think I can realistically put like the Zigzagoon or even Vitality Band is kind of rough in here, because one of the reasons this actually might work in the first place, apart from you hit Zacian for weakness, so you force them to do the pan bit, is because Giant Bomb is actually really good against that deck, and it really forces them to do some stupid stuff if they want to actually keep up. So, yeah, to kind of go over, since we're not going to play this one then, the main idea with this is the Cinderace, when it switches from bench to active, puts 2 fire energy from the discard onto itself, which then fuels its 2 fire and a colorless Flare Striker, hits 190, so it KOs like everything that isn't, like, you know, GX or V type thing, and discards 2 energy from itself, which is the 2 fire.
Notably, it does kill certain basic GXs as well,
Yes.
like Heatran.
Yes, its 190 is really good into some of the old basic GX stuff. Like the basic Vs are a little bit too big for it, but the basic GXs it does take out quite easily. It only has a 1 retreat as well, so if you can swap into another Cinderace via Recycle Energy, then you can put the Recycle back into the hand, attach it to the new guy as it accelerates to itself, so if they don't kill it immediately, that you still have the benefits of being able to stream between them, and it's really good. Obviously it's a stage 2 attacker, so it has some issues there, but we've got a couple of cool tricks for it. We've seen Rosa with a Gallade deck in the previous round, so like that helps out here as well. Get yourself Cinderace plus Candy plus a fire. The fire discard is quite nice for the stuff here. And for most of the things you can't hit in one go, Giant Bomb is a really big pain for them. If they can one-shot you from full health, that means they're doing at least 180 damage almost every time, right? You have 170 health, but that's a super specific number to hit if you're doing that. Usually it's going to be an overkill shot, like, I don't know, an auto-creation, ultimate rage, just you know, putting numbers out there. And then this does 10 damage counters to the thing that attacks, which happens to add to the 190 that you do very nicely to be able to get KOs that you otherwise wouldn't. So you force the opponent to do some really weird stuff if they want to not succumb to this that easily, right? And if they don't KO that Cinderace, then you've got an easy attack next turn. So it kind of works out. Obviously, being a stage 2, still a little bit slow to set up, and you kind of really need to get those score bunnies out as quick as possible, so that's an issue. Giant Bomb also does have the frailty of Bursting Balloon, where it does go away at the end of the turn, so sometimes they might just like not attack. But I think every turn that doesn't like result in this guy getting KO'd is a really good turn for you, right? Just being able to do another 190 with the engine set up. It's always going to be really nice. So yeah, it's a
free switch.
Yeah, free switch to a skateboard. So we've got the Jirachi engine obviously helps a bunch there, but the skateboard goes on everything except exactly Guru to give it 0 retreat, which is good, and the switch obviously helps out there. So it's a lot of stuff right there. Giant Half being the stadium to get the fire energy both in play and discarded can also be nice. And yeah, the second recycle energy is something I added to this because it's just that important for the deck, I think. Recycle energy can let Mew do its attack immediately. I almost cut this because I was like, the only deck it like truly beats right is Pikarom, and I probably am okay against that. And then I realized, wait, no, because stuff like Cramorant or I don't know, Tapu Koko V or something, I can Psy Power, put the damage counters on, and then just KO them in 1 hit rather than 2, right? So I think we still need it for that. Yeah, I don't know. Like, this was always a card when I saw it, thinking this is really cool. It's just, yeah, I mean, it's a stage 2 in the modern day, right? So clearly not going to be the greatest thing out there, but it's a really cool idea, and it's super self-sufficient when it actually gets set up. Ordinary Rod is a really good help for this type of deck as well, because we don't have to waste our supporter on Box Grit, right? So we can go Ordinary Rod, put a couple of pieces back, and then Rosa them back into hand, so that's very nice.
So great to have our basic staples back.
Mm-hmm.
Who would
Yeah.
take something like this beforehand? That's so stupid, wouldn't it?
Like I said, whilst there are problems with this format in terms of some of the, like, 2 other Pokemon in particular that got released in here, there was a lot of good that happened in this as well, right? Like, I know Marnie is annoying as well, but it's tolerable compared to some of the stuff we've had before, and it's when your benefits are like you get Ordinary Rod, Quick Ball, Evolution Incense, and you know Guru. I think we can like put up with it. You know, it's not the absolute worst thing in the world. I was gonna say that this deck also doesn't really have a draw engine, but it does have Jirachis, which is obviously very different from the stuff above, so Jirachi does help out a ton in getting stuff going here. Especially turn 1, like, because you can't play a supporter card going first, you really need to try and find your Picom, your Quick Balls and stuff like that, right? And having access to a Jirachi as your opening Pokemon is such a big advantage. So it's
one of the big costs of doing clay over standard is you can't really play a large Jirachi and you're about clunking the deck out.
Yeah.
You could try it. It didn't work for me when I tried it.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. No, I mean, it's a shame we don't get to see the bunny actually attack, but at the same time, the deck is simple enough to explain. I think it's fine. And realistically, I think the quicker we move away from this format, the better, right? Realistically. Not to do manga everything.
I'm glad I got to show something successful that wasn't just Sword Doggo ADP.
Yeah. The other thing I did build was like Lapras, but I don't think it's that amazing overall. I don't think it's terrible, but it has some similar issues to the Snorlax because you've got to set up like multiple evolution lines for it, but also it's weak to lightning, and that's kind of a death sentence in its own right. The fact of Lapras is not metal weak this time round might actually end up being worse for it. Like, it's not a good weakness whichever way round you have it, obviously, with Zacian being in play, but you can at least trade with the Zacian early. I mean, they're not going to be attacking with that too early most of the time, because if they do, well, what happens in Game 3 kind of shows up, right? Where, like, it's very risky to go in that quick with it, you know. You got lucky I couldn't get a Hyper Potion out on the previous 10. That's all I'll say on that. Because if I could have had one of my early Hyper Potions...
garbage, honestly.
Yeah. If I could have gotten an early Hyper Potion instead of the... and the first Snorlax didn't go down... Yeah, I don't think you survived that game, actually.
2 draw energy.
2 draw energy, 2 rare candy was my Mani to 4, yeah. So, like, when you Mani'd me out of the initial bit, like, I was hoping Guru was going to save me. That would not have saved me for, like, 3 turns. It was ridiculous. So, yeah. It happens, though. I'm not going to complain about that, because we also did have some pretty bad hits on the initial clays and stuff, too. So, giveth and taketh. I think Azul actually had a pretty interesting point on some of this recently, of like with people being much more hesitant, or like a lot of times we don't like playing stuff like catches. I guess Super Scoop Up is the one that I do like, but that sort of coin flip type one, because like, well, if you just don't hit the flip, then it doesn't do anything, right? But it's kind of, his point was like, if you're just playing all of the, say like Acrobike is kind of similar in a way with its RNG, because yeah, it's not a direct 50-50, but what if you just don't hit a card that you want off that Acrobike, right? Or the Comfey would be the modern day example, but what if you just don't hit something that you are looking for off of that anyway? It's like, it's still RNG in its own way, because the deck is still randomized in the order. Unless you've got this thing, obviously, but you know, we don't need to talk about that. But like, at a base level, playing 4 Acrobike in the deck is still random in its own right, yeah. So, but people don't seem to care about that, or like a trekking shoes or something. It's like people don't get up in arms out of that. It's going, yeah, it's fine, and just draw the out sort of bit for it. But you know, it's still RNG, at the end of the day, it's just the flavor of RNG that's different. And I don't know. Sometimes you are just going to get 2 money and 2 draw energy off of the thing, and it's just, or 2 red candy, 2 draw energy off of money, and it's, you were never winning anyway at that point. But it's all good. Right. Okay. For those on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully it's been interesting enough off of this. We'll probably have more games in the next set, because I think there's a bit more of interest in the next set at the very least. I have some decks I'm intensely curious about for sure. And yeah, should be fun.